Hello everyone, welcome back to Gaming Over 50. Uh, let's see here, we are on day, 13. Still on the same character, so 13 days. I spent 2 days off camera cleaning things up and getting rid of a few items. I'll show those around to you. So we cleared out all the other furniture, because you only really need one chair if I want to sit down or even sleep here while I'm watching something. Cleared all that. I can get rid of these. Eventually I'll get rid of these. If you right click on them, go to disassemble, you get some electronics out of it. Got all my books out here. I just got to sort them on there. Cleared all this out. Resorted all of this. Drinks in one. That's all the stuff you need for cooking. And this will be where food starts here. And then down here I have where all the accessory for foods. Stuff you add on to them, to foods. And we'll go over some cooking. I made beef stew because I was really hungry. See, I'm still losing weight now at 75, so we have to hurry up and get some food. So we need to go looting on that. And then I cook some, and I'll go over more about cooking and skill traits and how to use them, things like that. Oh well, since we're here, there's 2 ovens. Usually I only use one at a time, but I'll keep them there. But you can disassemble these, the top parts here. Yeah, extractor hood, you can disassemble that. I forget what it gets you. Like electronics maybe, or some metal. If you disassemble a stove, you'll get like pipe and some metal sheets, maybe little pieces. The better at it. Out of the welding is what it takes for this. The more better parts you'll get. And then over here I got to put a door in, but this is where I put my gear that I'll have waiting for me to use if something happens to this gear. That's usually where I put my next set of clothes after I've upgraded them and stuff. So I put one of different things. I got rid of the other bed that was there and table. Got rid of the beds that are in here. Oh, and I'll need to show you, but when you use this button here and go to pick up, that's how you move furniture. So you go to pick up and see here. If I have carpentry of 3, I only have 2, but I need carpentry of 3 and a hammer and to remove all the items, and I can pick this up. Well, when you do a bed, it's got 2 pieces. So these were actually 2 different beds. 3, because there's 1 piece right here, and I broke all 3 of, or at least one part of all 3 of them. So that gave me an end and a beginning of the bed. So it's 1 of 2 and then 2 of 2, even though they're from 2 different beds. It doesn't matter as long as they have the same, if they were green metal frames, single beds. So if we go back over here, well, we can try this table, for instance. Pick up. It's got 2 pieces. It's 2 squares, so that means it's 2 pieces. But that's what it looks like when you pick up one item that has more than one spot. It'll look like that. Excuse me. Cleared out of here, got rid of those things here. I went ahead and put this chair in case I decide, like, if I'm in here working on weapons, I can just sleep right here. Anyway, this is ammo. This will be for weapons. It turned out one of my mods wasn't active. It was a weapons mod that changes different weapons. So this would have been that JS 2000 vanilla shotgun. Now it's a Mossberg 500. I still got to do some other cleaning. Like eventually I'll get rid of these doors. And there's showers in here. We'll disassemble those once we get... I only have the 1 torch. And I need to go get some propane more for it. And then my tailoring stuff is here. So all denim strips and the clothes that need to be upgraded, like these long socks and gloves. Once I put leather strips and stuff in them, I'll move them 1 of each one here, and the rest of them will come in to like here, where extra stuff goes. Then down here, I cleaned up some. I've always been in a place that didn't have a bunch of garbage, so I assumed you would use like a broom and then pick it up and then right click, but no. It doesn't work that way. The broom doesn't do you any bit of good other than using it as a weapon. So I wanted to leave one to show you what you do. So like here, you go to this pickup tool, hit pickup, and it'll say trash. Now the encumbrance, before it changes over different ones. I don't have any of the trash. We can't see this one, so that's why it doesn't pop up as anything. No, but they're all different. So you pick them up and then throw them in the trash can. I put sheets on a couple of windows so nobody could see through in case I'm wandering around. I still need to board this stuff up and create a wall right there. And then disassemble a lot of the stuff. But all the woods have disassembled, put this wood there and planks. Someone's going to show you how to do barricades. Cleaned all this stuff up. And all that stuff that I had here that I threw down from the other house, I picked it all up and moved it where I still got to do this mask. And then this little bit here. Oil that. And then this is where I put all my some mechanic stuff. Mostly it's stuff that I'm going to be using for maintenance of vehicles. Eventually I'll move them all in here and it'll be mechanical parts, you know, like borrow that battery. I have more shelving and stuff like that there. You know, found some firefighter clothes that I'm not going to wear just yet, so it's all right here. And then first aid. Eventually all this stuff will get moved. I'll put it all in one spot until I fill it up and then move to the next one. I'll eventually get rid of this because you don't need that. You can't really do anything with it. Well, now you can, looks like. Rest and sleep, I suppose. And I have this long stick that I can do something with, but not yet. So that's what I'm going to do. I need long sticks, and so that will go there. I still got to sort through a lot of this stuff. So like right now, this is just going to be basically melee weapons. We'll go here. And then I'll clear up all this stuff eventually and put whatever. Empty out the car of all the stuff we had in there. This, of course, is going to be for cleaning supplies if I ever need them. And then eventually I need to move all this stuff, and this will be for farming or fishing or something. Then I put car mechanic tools in here. Still got to go through it, like you have a large hook. And this funnel. And then back over here will be like tools that I can use. I need to work on those, get those better. And then here's the start of all the materials. I need to get some more shelving. And these shelves are the same. If you go to pickup tool, you go here. It gives you 2 different pieces. And each one is like 20 encumbrance. So you can put like 1 in your pack and 1 maybe if you got enough room. This one we can't, but you can only carry like 1 at a time in your main inventory, and then you have to have a big enough pack to carry the other one. And we'll work, and I'll show you how once you grab them, how to make it or how to put them down, how that works, because that's a little different. Then here's electronics. Sorry, I'm just throwing it all together. Eventually I'll put materials and then the items I'm going to dismantle. And the only reason I'm not dismantling it now is because I'd rather find the book and then do it and get more points. You know, but you just dismantle. You can do it from here, or you can go to crafting and do electrical and do the same things right here. All these different items will pop up there. And it just means how long, like for instance here, or if I do it in this inventory, you have to do each one. You know, but I could do here, then go here, then click it here, then click it here. Or just go right to here, back to electrical. Like it'll get through. So like here we got watches. And you just click 1 and then go to max. See 10, that's 10 of these. It counts these as different. 10, yeah. So because it's a different color, it's a different watch. So that's 10, and then you can do 2 more. You know. But that's if you want to do them all. And then make sure if you do decide to do that, and if you have read a book, as soon as you hear the symbol for it, or the sound for it to show that you just went through a level, you need to stop what you're doing so you're not wasting any stats to get the next one that you don't have a book on, and then you could, or that you haven't read it. Go read the other next book so you can get your XP again, your bonus. But these are our stats so far. Basically nothing. Nothing even. And I haven't read any of my books. I wanted to let you guys watch and see that. I put gold items that I'm going to dismantle here. This again you would have to use from here. And I forget, let's see. Yeah, scrap gold jewelry. Forget what it's under. But you need that small hacksaw. And hacksaws are the only other saw you can get that you can replace the blade on. But you have to find the factory that makes the blades. And I can't remember exactly where, but I have been there. And one of my playthroughs, running around, wandering just aimlessly, I end up going to it. And sometimes there's a ton of them. Sometimes there's only a few of the blades. But yeah, anyway. Only other thing I did is I forgot we got everything from the house, so I thought we still had to go back. So I drove down there to it, and I killed a few zombies, like maybe 5 of them right about here. Other than that, that's the only thing that's happened besides me clearing up everything. Haven't done anything else. So we need to mark that off. And I figured if we can read some books, maybe. I did read some of these schematics. Other than that, I haven't. Let's see, we need to go here. So we don't need axe. Carpentry 1. No, it's not going to do us any good. Carving 3. Nope. Already read that one. Fitness. No, we don't need it. Light-footed. No. Long blunt 2. No. That one. Only because, and I read these because I wanted to get rid of them so I know not to pick them up anywhere else. So see, you have a check mark, plus it says already read at the bottom of that list. And after you read these, as long as we can get our journal made, which we need to work on too, we won't have to read them again, and then you can get rid of them. But if you don't record it after reading them, you'll lose out. Mechanics 1, yep, let's read that. Fast forward, because we took that slow reader trait, it takes forever. But that's why we can fast forward and just keep going. I got rid of the limb armor, and it got rid of the part. See, now instead of we're just uncomfortable, but stress keeps going up. So it's steadily going down, but not by much. Okay, let me come over here. We need to eat some food. We need some higher calorie food, but we don't have it. This is going to make us unhappy, but we need to eat this. We need these calories. Full to bursting, saying, but yet we're probably, yeah, still going down. We need some high calorie food. And I can make some, but I didn't want to make anything while you guys weren't here. So I only made that one pot. That's because I was starving. And I don't remember if I said any of my episodes, but one of the previous ones, while we were still burnt, actually almost died. Got down to 13 health before I was able to get a rag. Turns out I ended up using up all mine that didn't have any clean ones, and I was trying to clean the burn. I had to stop cleaning the burn, bandage, get my health back, and then go back and clean it with a new bandage and get it back. So, got to be careful on that. Yeah, so we're going to go to sleep here shortly once we read this book. What's a red? Nimble. Not going to do us any good. Nope. Short blade 1. Yep, we do need that, but let's go ahead and... One reason I put that chair in there is because for right now, since I don't have a door on that, we've got no place safe to sleep at. So I'll have to do that right there for now. See? Stress steadily going up. Don't know why. I don't know if maybe it's because I'm losing so much weight. But that must be something new because I've never had that before. Oh yeah, right it all. So go ahead and put that back in there. And go down. Let's see. A long blunt. What did I say? No. Short blade 1. We don't need that yet. We're not going to be using it. But I like to go ahead and do it just because, or read them just because. Oh, let's go ahead and. We really need to just. Let's do this. We eat this whole thing. Old bursting. Because it was hot, wasn't hot. It didn't do. Yeah, 74. See, we gotta. Let's go over here. Fill all. We really need to get us some food. Putting water in these pots, you can do it the mug, the kettle, jar, glass. It takes up space that you have in here. See here, 25 to 65. And if you get more, like I'll usually have like a lot more pots and saucepans as well as baking pans. You know, and then mostly just 2 of all the other ones. Just because you can make more stuff in these. So that takes up more room. However, just in case you run out of water, if you're not playing on a long water before you run out like I have, you might run out. So what I would recommend is as soon as you get this stuff, go ahead and throw water in these things. We're not going to worry about it here, but you should if you're playing, like say, on a normal default thing. Just to have it, and then plus you need to have water in them to make things. It needs to already have water in it. Yeah, let's just go loot some stuff so we can. It'll help with our weepiness and all that to have some excitement. I think instead of taking the car, we're just going to go across this fence here. And just go right back here. Start with these houses. Excuse me. But yeah, to go ahead and put water in it just so you don't run out. Hold E, jump over, and we go on. Let's see. Oh, hit E, see if you can open it. Nope, nothing. Yeah, it's locked, so we're not going to be able to get in there. So we need to come up here. See if we can try here. There we go. Now some garages have windows, some don't. And I like to close the window after I've gone through, just because I know I can open it from inside. It doesn't relock inside. You can struggle on the outside though, just so nothing comes in behind me. And this front door is open, so we don't know what's there. So we're going to come up here, close this door. Go ahead and take that, just because you never know. Let's see, what is all this? Cigarettes, empty plastic cups. That helps lower stress. We probably should, but mine's steadily going down anyway, so I'm not too worried about it. Let's see. We'll go ahead and inspect that. And there we go. That's that. And we'll go here for the map. And there it is. And then it drops it back down. So you don't have to take these, like I was saying. But since we don't have our that's junk, you don't need it at all. Since we don't have, I'm gonna take this bucket. They're always good because you can hold water with them too. Sewing kit, anything here? Needle, we already have one. I'm just gonna grab one of those. Thimble, because we don't have any, and we don't have any thread. But you don't, needles don't, there's no condition, so you only need one. And I'll take this, I'll take this, just because it's dry goods. For hope's sake, we need to fill, no, I don't want to do that, never mind. I'll thought I was gonna. Yeah, so we're not. Baking tray, baking pan. So yeah, so the needle doesn't go bad. These again are something you add to foods. They have really high calories. I'm going to put all this into the freezer for now. Grab it later. Let's go ahead and eat all this. Maybe. No, still nothing. Okay, I'm going to go down first. And nothing. There's a table that you can that's what it looks like if like you was to handcraft or craft one yourself. If you have low carpentry, it'll look like that, and then as your carpentry goes up, it gets better and better. But we don't need that at all. If we're playing in 41, I think it still gives you, I talked about this before, experience for taking apart things, especially carpentry, or you can change it in the stats to in your in the server. Look at that, we got a Smith & Wesson 45 Ram, but I don't use revolvers, so I'm not going to in this. You can carry it back, and sometimes I will do that, but they tend to take up a lot of space, so I just don't bother. Let's see, I'm going to take roof curtains. But yeah, you can get some XP, especially if you change it in the server to dismantle things, in which case, like, first couple of houses, I don't always try to dismantle, like, say, every bed, just because you don't know if you're going to have to run back in that house away from zombies or something. And so you want to have a bed that you could sleep on in case you get stuck there. But for the most part, if, like, I have an option of, I'll go ahead and take these. If there's two beds, I'll go ahead and dismantle this one. And it's the same reason why I do that with TVs, because I'm not going to bring them with me, so I just dismantle them. But you can take this light, like we do need some lights. I don't particularly want to right now, but I'll go ahead. See, pick it up. I can pick up that cork board if I wanted to add that to my base as something. We also need sheets to put in as go ahead back over here. Did I get this one? Yeah. Okay. And then that one, and I did that one. Okay. Need sheets to do sheet ropes. So I will rip that. We already have a couple belts, so we don't need it anymore. And sometimes, like these, you can't click. See the third one, it won't click it. So I'll just go up here and then click there. See, it's a trophy, that's junk, you don't need it. And there are no zombies out here. I'm not going to bother with those. You can make a hat with the newspaper, make a newspaper hat. It doesn't give any crafting points. It doesn't do anything for you, so it's really no point. But it is something to do. Okay, we need to do that. We need that. And then we're done out of here. Eventually, I'll probably grab this refrigerator from here to add to our base. But like right now, I don't believe we could even. Too heavy for our main inventory. We could put some of this there, but I think it's still going to be too heavy, so we're just not going to worry about it. Plus, I still need to go over here. I need to check, see if there's any zombies. Nothing. See, there goes an animal. I'm not sure what kind. Won't worry about it. There's no zombies around, so we're going to leave it. Fleshing tools, we only need one. Pipe wrench, we'll go ahead and take that. And that, but we don't need none of the other ones. We could use the head from that one. There is a weapon that you can make with it. Yeah, rake head, yep. Broken long stick, let's see. And nothing. Thought I may want to be able to carve from it. Steel sheets. These usually I don't, you get those from dismantling anything that's metal. A lot of times I don't worry about it because it's easy to get something like that. Let's see, carton of nails, so we're out of inventory. Cartons, they have a lot, you know, see 20 encumbrance, so we can't grab that anyway. Planks, again, usually I don't carry those. If I need a weapon, sometimes I'll grab on one. But we don't really. Let's see. Kind of need all of this stuff. But like I was saying, you can, as soon as you dismantle something that's metal, you'll get most of these parts, so I usually don't worry about it too much because you don't want to get stuck with, yeah, we need that, stuck with, say, like we can't even just rip that up because we're too much on inventory. You know, if we come out here, whoop, 2 zombies, and they heard me. We're not going to be able to jump over that because we're going to be too heavy, but I'll show you what happens. Yeah, don't go jump over where the zombie at because, yeah, see, try it again, but as you see, minor pain, and let's go with our because they can give you before you can get them, because we're so over encumbered and tired, we're not doing much of it. It takes a long time. Then my mod, which adds all those, what did I say, let's just jump this off. Sweater, tank top, yeah, dump that out. Now to those, okay, so they didn't follow me over. Okay, remember, wherever a zombie sees you that you're at, they'll follow you within their radius, what they can see. And then once you get out of that radius, they'll only go to where the last place they saw you. So let's say they saw me here, then I turn this corner, they can't see me anymore. So they're going to come right here and just start looking around, basically. And if you're over here or you make noise, then they hear you and they'll come around. And they might wander off and just go right back over. Okay, so we're not going to worry about nothing. Let's just drop this stuff off. We do need a, well, too dark to read. Yeah, see, because it's dark right here. So we're going to go here to this, drop all this off, all that, all that, and see, that's why you favorite all this stuff. Food we will have to go up and drop, which means I should have kept that on me. Excuse me. But won't worry about that. Go here to here. That's what I want to get under the freezer and put down here. Then I can just drop off food right here and keep going. Thimble thread. We're going upstairs. Might as well just hold on to that. And let's go see what we can take care of. Come over here. Drop off thimble and thread. And that's it, right? Yep. Lamp we're going to put down here. Just because I want to put a light over here, one over here. That way I can furniture. That's new. It used to be just place and then there. And go like this. Blue lamp. Come on. There. Yeah, it automatically connects to the power here. Okay. Go here. Usually I keep most things, go ahead and keep most things frozen until I'm ready to start cooking it. Because, you know, it just takes a little extra time to unfreeze. Other than that, it's not that big a deal. And then it lasts longer. Anything that can't be, like these things can't be frozen. So they go here. Oats are really good for say hunger 50. Used to tell you like how much calories it had, and there are a lot. You can just eat it right there, or you can get a bowl of water and make oatmeal, and then eat that. Excuse me. I'm not used to talking so much, so it's wearing my throat out. Okay. Well, let's go on. We don't need that refrigerator just yet, so I guess I'll wait on that. I'm going to go back in there and grab the other stuff and then mark this off on the map. We need to rest. I'm just going to get right here, sit on the ground. Then you can do that. Fast forward time. You can also right click and circle around so you can see everything. You just can't fast forward during that time. So I just do that until time goes up and I've already rested. We need to check. Let's see. Yep, muscle strain. And that's that that dirty bandage. That's where I got one of the zombies. One appeared in our base, so I had to kill it. Oh, look at that. So let's change weapons. Hit 1. Gives you a new weapon. See that? Got to be careful. And then what happens is once that happens, once you get knocked, it loses whatever what you were going to be attacking, and it restarts over. So you gotta do this. Now, I really wish we were doing some damage here. So let's go over here. Do that. Hit C. So it makes it less likely they'll be able to see you. Go here and then just rest, even though we need to get rid of this muscle strain. Just gives you a little bit extra time for they see you wherever you're at. There we go. We need to, let's go ahead and remove that, see if that's a problem. Should be good by now. Yep. Now, because we're inside, they could be here. We don't know. We need to be careful. Let's see. And we're still not doing very much damage at all. Careful of sitting here and looting just because. Drop this and this. We don't need the other stuff. They go up. A zombie could come up those stairs at any time while you're looking at something else. I'll leave that for now. Whoa. Yeah, see? Gotta be careful. Yeah, and there goes our bat. This nightstick is a one-handed weapon, so not near as powerful as our bat. And sometimes you can get lucky and they take a little longer to get up. Anyway, I'm hitting spacebar. And that's your attack, spacebar. Shorts, t-shirt. Just in case I decide to come back and grab these. No, I think I got 6 of those already. I could do it off camera or something, and you won't have to sit there and watch me. I'm not taking a whole lot of those 38 and 44 just because I don't use them. I always grabbed them because of, we'll do it this time, to make them, take the gunpowder out of them. Yeah, now we still got this one, I think. I'm not sure if it was able to grab it. That way you don't have to get bored watching me grab that. Anyway, I don't really care now that we got this. And you got to make sure you don't, like this, you can't repair it. Once it has the X, you can't repair. Once it gets broken. So, just dump that off. But if you're lucky, you get over here and get something quick enough while it's there and use that to your advantage. You know, so like if you're fighting off a big group of them, get them across the fence. Just be careful that you don't. If you sit here, if they all come right to you and jump across, you don't have to worry about them scratching you, stuff like that. You can just sit there and just, you know, stop or whatever. If they come different areas around you, that's when you'll have a problem. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and rip this one up. We need this bag, so let's take that off. You can find boxes of trash bags, so you don't have to have them. Carton of nails. Okay, it's too much for that, so we'll take that there. We don't need the hard hat. We actually have fireman's hat, and we need to put that on. And not this stuff. Okay, so I'm going to take that off, and I'll show you how to pick something up. Because as long as it's still banging, we're okay. To have your inventory, but you can still disassemble, and there it goes. Into 1 and 2. And you need both of them. And one of those need to be in this inventory. One can be on the ground, but the other one has to be right here. So usually I carry the one and put 2 of 2 on the ground, wherever it's going to be at, long as it's in my vicinity. So that you go here and you get place. We don't have it picked up, so it's not going to do us any good. But then you place it and it'll put it wherever, which we'll go over again. But see, encumbrance at 20. We don't have ability to carry that yet. See, I didn't mean to do that because I was hitting shift accidentally. Yeah, now see that moodle on the right shaking? That's causing us why this is happening. And that is very tired. So everything we do is affecting that and making it worse. You know, us being very tired. Jeans, tank top. Anything? Nope. Over here. And if something doesn't open, like there are times you might sit here and it's like takes literally 5 minutes of you just jerking on the window before it opens. I'm not exactly sure why, but why sometimes it takes so long. But it does. And so what you can do, I don't know if I need another one of those, but I'll grab it. I'll put the plane down in case for some reason I need to see it. I like to take stuff off the shelf that I might want to have. That way I don't have to go check it again. I can see it right here. Okay, we need to mark this off. XXX. Now, let's expand out. And this is just holding right mouse button so that you're in your attack mode, combat mode, and then just moving the cursor out. And it zooms out some. Say like there's a group right there. We don't want that. Not yet. We need food. The coat, yeah, we need to get that. Take the toolbox, drop it down. We're not going to worry about that or any of that. Let's see what's in here. Duct tape, yes. Flashlight, why not? Let's see. Over here, we need this curtain. Move curtains. Go in here, check this. We already have tweezers, we don't need that. Window. Move curtains. Now you see, we're on glass here, and I can right click and hit pick up broken glass. As long as you've got a weapon in your hand, weapon or tool, you won't hurt yourself. If you don't, you'll get glass shards. Just change it, scratch, or even get one put into your body. All that is, that's really mostly like for well, for realism, but also like if you pick it up, you just throw it in the trash so that it's just not there, so you're not damaging yourself by walking on it, because it does do damage to your shoes. But like if you were in a multiplayer server or something like that, you can put it in there so if somebody jumps to the window, they land in it. We're gonna close this door because that zombie may see me, and they can hurt themselves. Dismantle this. Oh, now he's over there at that one. Oh, bowls, yeast, you need that to make some stuff. So, oh, make sure. See, I'm gripping my. I still had my screwdriver on because I just assembled something. There we go. Shorts, t-shirts. Just taking the stuff off so that way if I want to do tailoring or something later, it'll be there waiting for me instead of zombies. Recipe. Instead of zombies disappearing, I'll go ahead and take that. You can find drinks, and if you're playing in a, I don't know if I'll need that when I already have a whisk. Playing on default settings, you're gonna need drinks. I'm gonna throw it in here, the freezer, and that's just to keep it. And that's it. There's nothing else in there. It's just to keep it a little, so it'll stay fresher longer. Go ahead and rip that just because I don't want to come back. See, box garbage bags. We'll take that so that way whenever we are. What's this? Bath towel. Yeah, we don't need it. That way, if we're when we do our water container, we'll have plenty of bags already. Oh, see, if you get too close to that, you'll jump it. That's because I'm always using shift, which you shouldn't. Once again, we could use all of this. Let's see. Nope, I'm out of space. Yeah, nothing. I could put something in there, probably maybe that. Oh no, it's already filled up. Let's sit on the ground. We need to get rid of this mood of out of breath. Okay. See what else is here. Then we'll think about probably go back and see. I don't know why sometimes they do this where it's 2 sets of washer and dryers because it's random how it builds here. We need to fix that because it's kind of dumb. I mean, no house would have that, but it gives you more material to deconstruct or get out. So let's crap, we're already full. I guess we'll just go on back. And this is Zomboid. This is what you do. You find a house, you go through loot, you grab as much as you possibly can, deciding whether or not you want to overload yourself and take the chance of finding zombies. Almost always, this is the first time I played on default settings in a long time, where I'm not, as soon as I get overloaded, a zombie just doesn't appear right outside where I'm at. Always happens. And then when I'm not overloaded, no problems. Okay, just gonna drop all this off, go back and grab my food. Because I can always do that. I'd prefer not to do things off camera, rather you see exactly what I'm doing. But sometimes it's just kind of boring and so repetitive that it's just easier for me just to, go do the stuff on my own and then come back to it. Eventually I want to get better at editing to where I could do a fast forward of doing all the stuff, you have to see it, or just clip it right out, but I don't know how to do that yet. Okay. And then a lot of times, I don't always do this, but I try to closed doors of houses that I need to go back to. Okay, we already did that. Let's pull this. We got to go upstairs and then go back downstairs. And I need to get that. Or more curtains. Let's just see. What do we got? Jeans. No. We'll find more. So I don't pick up every one of these that I can. Because you're always going to find more. Notebooks what I need for my journal, but I already have one. Sometimes I make two, just because I can keep. We need another. Go ahead and get this other. See, it sometimes glitches like that, and you can't see. You have to keep moving around till you can get that. I like to make one so that way I can have one in my. No. One in my vehicle, the RV that I end up getting and try to find and use, and then one in my house. I'll go ahead and rip that up now since it's right here. Rip this one up. You can put on a bra if you want, but it doesn't do anything for you. Earbuds, I'll take it. Nothing there. I don't know if we need any more lamps yet. Maybe I will. And there's lamps of different shapes, sizes. Some have different colored bulbs. Like I think the one we got might have had a blue bulb or something in it. It's like I don't always take off all the curtains of every place because in case I have to run back in here and hide, I can close the curtain. Downstairs, grab this, and this house will be done. Yeah. Okay. Grab the, dang it, grab the food. Okay, now back to maps. And exit. You can zoom in, out. And then here you can change if you want it straight up, like the maps you might find will look like this. But I like this because it's exactly the way you see the world out there. And then all your different community services, you know, like here it's Firestation, police stations, or all that. You know, black and blue are to me are the most important ones, and then sometimes medical, pink. Hospitality would be like a hotel. And then if you lose all this or this, I mean, if for some reason it happens, it's S. So you might accidentally hit S, and then C is what moves you to wherever you are. You know, zoom in and out. I've never done the settings, never bothered messing with it, never messed with that. Any of this other stuff. Never had a need to. Yeah. You see, you hear yourself breathing because you're out of breath. Let's rest here. And when you do rest on a chair, make sure you're facing towards whatever side. This is broke. Zombies could get through here, but they have to break it first, which means I would hear it. Okay. Get out of here. Eventually we'll come back. We'll grab probably a refrigerator. The freezers that you get at gas stations and stores that say ice on them, those are the best ones because they hold the most, but they are freezers. So everything bit of food you have will just be frozen, won't be stuff you can eat. Now, if you find a bunch of ice cream and you plan on eating that, then it works out great because you can eat ice cream straight up. This off, that, hold on to the lamp. get rid of all of these things. Intake, wire, and we'll take the food on up. Eventually I like to get one and usually put them like right over here somewhere, so I can just run inside, drop off my food in the freezer, and then take it out. If I want to eat it later, I can take it out of the freezer. But just that way I can keep on looting. Come back over here. Drop this off in fresh. Why not? Because since we had a bowl, we just got to go back and get it down there we dropped off. We could make fruit salad too. Okay, so I'm going to drop over here. Because it's in a house, I could put it anywhere. Usually I end up putting it near a corner out of habit. And then once I build crates, put it on top of a crate. We need one downstairs because this garage doesn't get lit up very well. So for right now, we're just going to put it right there. And then we might change the bulb. You know, maybe, or something. I don't know. Yeah, we need to eat. So yeah, when you can, try to go ahead and just eat like stuff like ice cream. Well, and that's all varies. Like I cooked these fish sticks, fish fingers. Cooked all the stuff that I had, food-wise at the time. Just because you can always freeze it after you cook it. That doesn't change. But refrigerator itself isn't 100% efficient, so it goes out and goes from fresh to stale, full to bursting. Let's see where we're at. Nope, still losing weight. That's a problem. Crap, I don't think we have enough thread to make my journal. Let's see. Nope, thread. Yeah, we do. So we need both. Yeah, we got wood glue down below. Grab a notebook, 3 leather strips, 1 thread. So let's do that. Leather strips. Grab one. Grab one. Grab one. Was needle, right? No, wood glue. I always keep thinking needle, but it's just wood glue. So we need to grab that and then go get our notebook. We will do this one down here since it's already there. We gotta go this way anyway. And notebook. And then let's find wood glue. I think other glue works too. There we go. Craft it. There it goes. Okay. Excuse me. Let's put, I guess we used it all up. Yeah, guess so. Okay, well, let's go do this before we do anything. That way, if something happens, we can come right back where we're at. And I usually keep it in here, so that way I come in, read my other books. And as long as you have a pencil on you or some sort of writing utensil. When it comes to writing utensils, I think a pencil automatically has an eraser, like it does in real life, so you don't need to keep one. Pens are just, and markers are just this different color for different things. I don't think it changes on the actual map. Usually there's a bar, I'll tell you. But see that transcribing percentage? which is weird because I've seen it show up as like 20 and then all of a sudden done. So I'm not sure how. And then all done. But it puts, even though I had that item pencil in here, it puts it back in your, puts it in your main inventory. I don't know why. Okay. We need to find ice cream and cereal are the two highest calorie things, or meals. Especially, oh, we're out of, yeah, it's late. Let's go ahead and let's grab whatever we need to, excuse me, that needs to go upstairs. Because we're going that way anyway. Basting brush. Corn. Bowl. Magazines are the two highest calorie. So there's like, if you need to gain weight, those are the ones you eat. Everything else is just, you know, can still help you get you up there, but it won't be as fast. So usually I don't eat those things unless I really need that much calories. We do, so we could really use it. Let's see. We need to read these so we know when we go out looting not to grab them, but we're going to be tired. So let's drop these things off and then go to bed. Okay, back here to this. Pepper. Okay, oh yeah, corn here. And then water. These are separating these, just, I don't know why. It doesn't matter. Usually I never even drink them because I always usually have water somewhere. Go ahead and fill it up. Alright, I'm going to hold this other stuff on me and go to sleep so we can get up, go and read it, go in there and drop all this stuff off. And be done with that part of it. See? Stress. Steadily going up. I don't know why. Oh yeah, those are a set of pliers I dropped off, so when I do gather gunpowder, it's right there. Okay, drop this off. Read that. That. Drop them off. I'm going to go ahead and read this book just because it'll help with depression. See, it's already off. Now let's eat some food. So I don't really have anything. Pack hot dogs. You can open that up. Then you open. And it'll give you hot dog wieners, but you don't have any buns. So if you have the buns, you can actually make a whole hot dog with different stuff on it. So it can do more for you than what's just right there. It's like that, hunger of 30. But if you cook it, I believe that should give you, maybe it'll be the same hunger. Could be a little less, I don't remember, could be a little more. But then if you have hamburger buns, you can make hamburgers, which have, you can, like this beef patty. You know, you can add that and make better meals. You always want to try to cook stuff if you can help it. So I will eat this. And a lot of times I get rid of the stale stuff, even though it's bad for your mood. It's at least something. 74. Man. I just need so you can slice the salami if you have a knife on you, but my knives are over there, so I don't have one. We're just gonna have to run out and go find some food somewhere out there in these houses. But that being there, you can put a car right over it. It won't hurt it or anything. I'm like 90% sure of that. I've never done it, but I'm pretty sure. Because it's like chairs. Chairs you just walk through. On a table in their hand, you would hit. Okay, zombies have been here and tore that door up. So let's see what we got. We do need... We'll take these two things. Because we got doors to replace. And maybe I'll... hairspray. You can use hairspray. See? Use the improvised defensive devices. I've never used it. But it's there. Fill bottle. Go. Disassemble. If we were still during like the beginning of playing the game, go ahead and inspect this. A lot of times I would leave the TVs there, so I could, and then just as soon as I'm in a place, turn on the. I don't need that. Yeah, why not? 5 t-shirts. I'll just carry those with me. Won't let you watch while I do those. There. And you can eat these. See calories. That too. We usually won't, I've never had to worry about that, but we'll go ahead and take them just because you never know. You definitely need books. We need to check that out. Let's see what's there. Just because they help with depression. Oh yeah, we already did that one. Duh. So definitely grab some. Yeah, see, like calories 1,500. I'm gonna eat the whole thing, and then put all this in the freezer. Let's see what that does for us. Still down, but it's one reason because we're running around. Okay, so we don't need that. Don't need that. We do need these two. You know what? I'm just going to throw it in the freezer for now. That way I don't have to go back through here. And I know to grab those. And then we'll go upstairs. See what's up there. Is this cigarettes? Yeah. I mean, I could smoke one and that'll relieve some stress. But see, my stress is way down. Why? Don't know. Well, I read that book, but shouldn't have done too much. So yeah, I'll grab these curtains. I might leave certain ones, like in a bedroom, that I may want to, if I run back to. If there was a lot of zombies around here, I might leave it. Got that. But there aren't any. So, window, move curtains. And normally I would disassemble. Oh yeah, I wanted to show you something here, like this. This one again. So, it's all green. So we can pick it up. And it did. It didn't break nothing, because otherwise you would have heard that crash. See, 1 and 2. Now, if we wanted, we couldn't do his because we don't have it. But if we grabbed this one, put that in the main inventory, come back over here, did this again, go to place, see? And wherever you're putting it, that's where it's going to be at. However, you can turn it by moving the mouse, holding left, and moving it, and it'll change its direction to where you're at there. So like here, we can't do it. But if I put it here, see, once again, nothing. But like here, it's up top. I can do any of those directions, either of those. And then it just places it down. You can't mess it up placing it down. You can, however, break it by picking it up. So make sure you're not picking up a bed that you need. Alcohol wipes. So what I do is, like in the case of where I was just at. Anything? Oh, lipstick. Yeah. There were so many beds. Oh, look at in your mouth. That's why. Usually I put the hammer on my belt because there's not a whole lot of other things to put there. And then I'll take those because I can dismantle the watch and then use the gold to make sheets. I'm going to go ahead and rip that up because I'm not coming back. Nothing else here is worth anything. For me at least. I can dismantle the silver and make a silver plate. But I find more gold than there is silver. So I don't even bother. And the emeralds and diamonds, they become junk or mementos. Doesn't do any good. However, if you were on a server that people wanted them and they wanted to make jewelry, I guess, they might take them. But for us, it doesn't do us any good. I'll take that. I'll take the heavy socks. We don't have a lot of those. We have that. I have pillows. Headphones you can dismantle. Jacket I don't need. I guess I'll rip it. If there was a locked door, the garage could be locked, but they have windows, so I'm not worried about that. I just break a window. We don't need. Yeah, we're already wearing. I think we're already wearing knee pads, aren't we? The elbow pads. Yeah, knee pads. However, knee pads condition, they do change, and sometimes, you know, you will ruin them, especially if you get attacked by zombies. I'll take the jeans, I guess. Alcohol wipes, hair dryers, you can dismantle it. Same thing, hair iron. Soap is good for cleaning things, cleaning yourself, in case something like that happened, like if you took a trait where you get sick if you don't, or if you were like a germaphobe, you would that would help. First aid we don't have, we'll take that. Hair dryer, sleeping pills, I need more. We do have some. I usually, once I get my second fanny pack, I'll have one of these extra items, and I'll do one that's got sleeping pills if they don't fit in here. Along with anything else, like sometimes a screwdriver I might put in. What's on the ground? Hotties. See, give that stress. It's because it's a porno. And once you get your welding gear, you have a mask and a torch. You can disassemble this shower. See, we can't because we don't have welding masks. Yeah, we went in here already, right? Yeah. So let's see. All this is done. We'll grab this food and check out this thing, and then go about going back to our base. Griddle pan and there's something else that's just like it. Frying pan, I guess, think it is. They both do the same thing. And the only thing you can really make out of it is epoxy. You need that for repairing. You can wear a dust mask. You got scratch defense, but I usually don't bother. The tire iron. We don't really need the screwdriver. I'm gonna drop it on the ground. Another one. See, medium handle. Why not? Epoxy again. Just because I can't make medium handles just yet. Have to get my carving up, but it's pretty easy. I've never used that steel wool. I have no idea what it's for. Anybody? But I keep it. Oh, there's a zombie. He didn't see me though. Yeah, now we're out of. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. You shouldn't do this while you're out there because a zombie could appear. But we just looked. We'll see if I can jump across this fence. Maybe not. Oh, there we go. Let's see. We got muscle strain. Maybe from doing that, could be from being overweight, heavy items, over encumbered. You can get muscle strain, and then it does damage to you, as you can tell, to a certain point, and then will stop. So ideally, you wouldn't do that, and you get better packs, and you don't have to worry about it. Now we are going to just drop off the things that aren't going upstairs, because we got food, so we have to go up there anyway. TV remote, yep, it stays. Clothes go, they're clean, so alcohol wipe stays. That stays. Epoxy stays. Gold. Dryer band, that all stays down. Iron pipe. Jeans go up. Knee pads go up. This stays down. Rags go up. Sheets. Sleep will stay. Soap stays down here. Wire. Good. This stuff goes up. Go in here, drop off socks because we'll have to work on those. Put some armor on them. See, jeans are just going to rip up. Knee pads will go into our cabinet. Ammo, let's go ahead and do the books. Right here. We need to read the first aid. And then dropped off this. Crackers, dog food goes in the other one. Okay. Then fresh stuff. Just drop it off in the freezer. This goes in the refrigerator. And then that's over here. And here. Pot. Little pan. Let's research. And then put it in there. And allows us to make a griddle pan. We need to clean, clean this. Bandages. I'm saying fill water bottle. Beds, okay. And right now I've just dropped this sheet because we had it there. We still need to cover up a couple windows. I think this window needs to be done. And downstairs does. But we need a barricade too. Excuse me. Drop all this. Eventually I'll separate ammo and stuff. We still got the police station to go to. Drop this off. Okay. Health is going up. Pain's going down. I gotta try to get the rest of the day. Now, once again, I forgot to set my timer, and because I don't know how to edit, you guys got to see me go to my desktop and check the time on this. So, let us pause. I don't pause near enough. Click here. 1 hour 14. Okay, so we will stop now. And continue the next episode, and I'll finish looting some more houses and getting this stuff cleared up in the next episode. Well, thank you for watching, and see you next time.